Hello YouTube, this is Yak2 again. This is part 2 of my how to use an old TV for prepper materials. As you can see, I've now got the TV completely disassembled. And on this back you see all the component circuit boards that I found and have removed. And on top of the case you see the two tools that I used. As you can see, it didn't take much to take one of these things apart. If you want to go any further, these circuit boards will require the use of a small soldering pencil or a soldering gun and a little bit of care to make sure that you do not overheat certain components like transistors and diodes. Over here is the vacuum tube, CRT, cathode ray tube they call it. These things have got an extremely high vacuum in them, and they are very dangerous to be left laying around. So what you need to do, if you take one of these apart and are not going to save these, you reach in with a set of cutters, and right here on the back where you can see that little glass nipple, you cut it. You can hear a vacuum leak now. As soon as that vacuum leak is finished, this tube is safe to handle and put into the recycling. Without that vacuum being released, this tube is effectively a vacuum bomb. There have been cases where people have been stupid enough to shoot one of these and ended up cutting their own throat with this large chunk of glass when it exploded. So be careful around these vacuum CRTs. As you can see here, as I'm going to zoom back, that's the case that I'm going to put the back on, and my daughter can temporarily use it for a shelter for her small pug dog when she leaves it out in the wintertime. Anyway, this is what I was going to do. Oh yes, I was going to point out a couple other things here. This large coil here that I'm indicating with my cutters is the deflection yoke. It is a large coil of enameled copper wire, hundreds and hundreds of feet of that stuff, and it is very useful for anything from making a foxhole radio to setting up tripwires and alarms. So if you ever need any wire, that's the best place to look for it. It's an old TV set. Anyway, I'll let you go, and you guys can take care.